Hello, what's up, you all beautiful people? I welcome you. Hello, what's up, you all beautiful people? I welcome you all on board another new informative video that is gonna be about how different is the flying school in India versus abroad. And I know I've been inactive on YouTube and also on Instagram since the last few weeks because I was having my authority papers and I was completely busy and stuck with that. Now that it's over and the next one is in December, I have a good time period for this and to reply to you all. So expect coming replies to you all in like few days, few hours. I'm trying my best to reply to everyone. So just be patient and I'll reply to you all with all your queries. Okay, so let me give a brief description about the video. It's gonna be about the pros and cons of flying school in India and flying school in abroad. How do you choose the flying school where you want to pursue your flying, or how is it going to be different from one another? And regarding the flying schools in India, I've already made a separate video about it. Click on the link somewhere over here or here to know about the different flying schools in India. And just keep in head, I made that video months ago, so the duration for now might change depending on the traffic. So alright, so starting up with the flying school in India, the first merit is the flying school in India is going to be much cheaper than any abroad. Reasons, for example, USA, New Zealand, Australia, or this Europe itself. So the flying school in India is going to be much cheaper because you're going to counteract with your living expenses. Of course, you're going to pay for your living expenses, but it's not going to be as expensive as abroad. And you're going to cut your travel expenses. Plus, you won't have any visa hassles. There won't be any delay as such for visa because you won't require one, right? And you're going to save up for that money itself. So that's the one merit of getting a flying school in India. And the second one is the local environment and the regulations. Since from the day one you're going to be flying under DGCA, you'll be very well known with the Indian airspace that you're going to be flying. You'll know the important radio calls, and you'll be under the regulations of DGCA. So you'll know much about DGCA while you fly. You'll know better about DGCA while you fly rather than flying abroad, because if you're going to be flying abroad, you'll be getting a good information about the other countries' aviation authority. So if you're going to be flying in India, of course, you'll have a very better idea of DGCA on how it works and what are the things you have to do in the near future. Adding up to it is the license conversion. Since you have been flying in India under DGCA, you don't have to go through this thing called license conversion, which all the students who have been flying from abroad or who flew from abroad have to go through once they come back to India. So the flying conversions also adds up to your cost, which is like quite a good amount, but not as much as you spend from the flying in abroad, but it's still an amount, right? So you're gonna cut up to that. You won't have any further delays regarding your license. Once you're done with 200 hours in India, you'll directly can apply for your CPL and you're gonna get it either way. So, and if you're flying from abroad, you have to come to India, you have to enroll yourself in some flying schools and you have to get that done, and then you have to get your license converted, which is another 2-3 months, and afterwards you'll get your license and then you are fit for any airline interview or jobs. Now moving on to some demerits of flying in India. The first one is limited aircraft availability. Many flying schools in India, they don't have a lot of aircrafts, which may result in a longer waiting period for your people, and also you're not so sure about the weather, which is a natural phenomena. It's going to be the same regardless if you fly in abroad or if you fly in India. The weather pretty much depends on nature. It's not in your hands, but still it adds up to a factor. I wouldn't consider it as an Indian flying school demerit, rather than I'll assume this as a total demerit regardlessly of whatever region or whatever country you fly. So yeah, shortage of aircraft is going to be a huge deal if you fly in India itself, because you have to wait for your turn, which might extend up to a week or more than it, or even more than that. And the second and the most important one is higher competition. Let's be very honest, Indian flying schools are crowded. It's packed, it's saturated. Every flying school has cadets which still are not able to finish their training under the particular time period given to them. because of the saturation, because of the excessive amount of cadets. So the aircraft to student ratio is not coming up anywhere in between, which gets the flying training done for a cadet in that specific amount of time that has been quoted to them before, right? So that's one of the factors. Also busy airspace, and everything just sums up to it. So now coming up to flying training in abroad with its first merit, that is faster training completion. Look, no matter where you fly, be it India, be it abroad, you're gonna have a slight delay, 100%. But the delay margin in abroad is gonna be much less than the delay margin in India because of the better instructor to student ratio, student to fleet ratio, and because of better infrastructure. So wherever you plan to fly, there is going to be a delay, but you can expect slightly less delay if you prefer flying from abroad. Second one is exposure to international standards. So for example, you're going to be flying in Europe or USA or no matter whatever country you fly at. Europe gives you EASA license, USA gives you FAA license, and both of them, they follow the ICAO guidelines, right? They must have something different in their each regulations. Not everything, but some of the things might differ. And also DGC also follows the ICAO guidelines, but some things might differ in regulations, correct? So if you're flying from abroad, you'll get to know more about the ICAO guidelines, more about the weather phenomena, more about everything. Like your information is gonna be good, and you'll be gaining a lot of knowledge. So the third one is you're gonna be flying with modern equipments, modern aircraft, and in advanced airspaces. You might never know if you're flying in an international airspace. For example, we fly in Debrecen International Airport, which is not a controlled airspace, but still there's IFR traffic every now and then, and which usually gets your skills to a good level, like your communication skills, your holding button skills, and all that. So everything sums up to you getting a good amount of knowledge about that particular thing, and it always sums up to your knowledge and skills, which matters a lot at the end of the day. Now coming up to the demerits of flying training abroad. So the first and foremost is gonna be the expense. It's gonna be a lot. Not like a lot, but it's gonna be a lot. If I compare it with India, it's gonna be a lot. And you have to pay for your living expenses, you have to pay for your travel, you have to pay for your food. Either ways, you have to pay it in India also, but now you have to pay for it slightly higher than what you would pay in India, correct? You can face visa rejections anytime. You're not going to be sure about that, yes, I'm going to get my visa on this date, on that date, or if I go for the interview, I'm 100% sure if I'm going to ace the visa interview. You're not sure about that. You can also face visa rejections after you have paid a good amount to the visa office itself. That's also one demerit. And then of course, license conversion. If you are an Indian student who wants to get into DGC or who wants to work into Indian Airlines, and you have done your flying training from abroad, you'll obviously have that country's license, and for you to convert that license to Indian license, you have to go for license conversion, which is basically extra 7 to 8 hours of flying in India, which is gonna ask you for more amount, and which is gonna take some more months from your aviation career, and that's gonna just sum up to extra, like, let's assume 2-3 months, maybe less than that, maybe more than that, depends. So that's basically all the demerits of flying in abroad, merits of flying in abroad, merits of flying in India, demerits of flying in India. So what's the best choice? If you want to manage your cost, if you want to know more about Indian airspace, if you want to know more about DGCA, training in India is your best bet. And if you can afford going abroad, it's going to give you good exposure, good international exposure, good skill set, and a faster completion rate. And I think that pretty much speaks for itself, and it's going to give you a competitive edge. But you know what, either way, sky is the limit, and at the same time, sky is not the limit. So you're going to make your way to the cockpit, no matter if you fly from India or from abroad. So that was all for this video. I'm very sorry if I said something wrong about anything. Please pardon me for that. If you want to add up to whatever I've said, please do not hesitate to add up in the comment section itself. I'll be more than happy to know about your opinions and your views. And I hope this video helped you in a way or two. And if you still have got any doubts or queries, just let me know in the comment section or hit me up on Instagram. I'll be more than happy to help you all people. With that being said, thank you so much for tuning in again. We'll see you all super soon on the next one. Signing off, this was Sankalp.